having with us even for a little while. Just think of it. We'll sit around in the evening, discuss books and plays and all the great people he's known. He'll talk in that wonderful way of his. Why, he may even read Goodbye, Mr. Chips to us.
Daisy, I can't wait any longer. Mr. Whiteside, good morning, ladies.
Ernest, what do you think? Mr. Whiteside's getting up and coming up any minute, and H.U. Wells over from London, and look, we're in time.
I don't like this kind of publicity at all, Daisy. When do you suppose he's going to leave?
Well, after all, Ernest, he's only getting up right now. After all, he's had quite a shocking. Well, he's been in bed for a week, so I should think he'll have to work a few days anyway.
Well, I'm sure it's a great honor as being in the house, but it's a little upsetting. Phone going all the time, bells ringing, messenger boys running in and out.
How are you, Mrs. Stanley? Have the cigarettes come yet?
They're on their way with Cutler. My son went for them.
Thanks.
This is Miss Cutler, Mr. Whiteside's secretary.
How do you do? May I move this chair?
You mean he's coming out now?
He is indeed.
He's coming out! June, Mr. Whiteside's coming out!
Sarah, Mr. Whiteside's
Oh, I'm so excited, I just don't know what to do.
Me too, I love to see that.
Good morning, Dr. Bradley.
Good morning, good morning. Well, here we are, merry and bright. Bring our little patient out, Miss Green.
I'm a plummet.
Good morning, Mr. Whiteside. I'm Mrs. Ernest Stanley, remember? Oh, and this is my husband, Mr. Stanley.
How do you do, Mr. Whiteside? I hope that you're better. Thank you. I'm suing you for $150,000. How's that? What? I said I'm suing you for $150,000.
You mean because you fell in our steps, Mr. Whiteside?
Samuel J. Leibowitz will explain everything to you in court. Who are those two harpies standing over there? Yeah.
My cat's foot jelly.
Made from your own foot, I have no doubt. And now, Mrs. Stanley, I have a few small matters to take up with you. Since this corner druggist at my elbow tells me that I shall be confined to this Mulberry mortuary for at least another 10 days due entirely to stupidity and negligence, I shall have to carry my activities as best I can. I shall require the exclusive use of this room, as well as that drafty sewer which you call the library. I want no one to come in or out of these rooms while I am in them. What do you mean,
We
sir?
have to go up the stairs to get to our rooms, Mr. Whiteside.
Is there a back entrance?
Well, yes.
Then
but-
use that. I shall also require a room for my secretary, Miss Cutler. Let me see. I have a great many incoming and outgoing phone calls, so I will ask you to do not use the phone. I sleep until noon and must have complete quiet throughout the house until that hour. There will be 5 for lunch today. Where is the cook?
Mr. Whiteside, may I interrupt for a moment?
You may not, sir. And when you take your clammy hands off me, you have the touch of a sex-starved cobra. And now, will you all leave quietly? Or must I ask my secretary, Miss Cutler, to pass a monkey with a baseball bat?
Now look here, Mr. Whiteside.
There is nothing to discuss, sir. Considering the damage that I have suffered at your hands, I am asking very little. Good day.
I'll call you from the office later, Daisy.
Not on this phone, please. Here's the menu for lunch.
Oh, but I've already had a lunch.
It'll be sent up to you on a tray. I'm using the dining room for my guests.
Well, Sarah, here's the menu for lunch. I guess I'll have mine at the stairs with a tray.
Young lady, I cannot stand indecision. You either go up those steps or come down.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Whiteside. Here are your Players Club cigarettes. I'm sorry it took so long, but I had to go to 3 different stores just to find them.
You have gone long enough to have a baby. Is there a man in the world who suffers as I do from the gross inadequacies of the human race? Where are you going? Going to read the biography of Florence Nightingale and learn how unsuited you are for your chosen profession.
Well, Mr. Whiteside, I think I can safely leave you in Miss Cutler's capable hands. Shall I come by again this afternoon?
If you do, I shall spit right in your eye.
Ah, what a sense of humor you writers have. By the way, it's not worth mentioning, but I've been doing a little writing of my own about my medical experiences.
You spare nothing.
Would it be too much to ask you to glance over it while you're staying here?
Trapped.
In fact, I have a copy with me right now. It's called The Story of an Humble Practitioner, a 40 years an Ohio doctor.
Well, I shall drop everything.
Thank you, and I hope you like it. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep that hip quiet, and don't forget those little pills. Goodbye.
Oh, man, you take 40 years below this navel or whatever it's called.
Well, I must say, you have certainly behaved with all of your accustomed grace and charm.
Look here, Puss. I'm in no mood to discuss my behavior, good or bad. I had no desire to cross this cheerless threshold. I was hounded and badgered into it. And now I find myself, after 2 weeks of racking pain, accused of behaving without charm. What would you have me do? Kiss them?
Very well, Sherry. After 10 years, I should have known better than to try to do anything about your manners. But when I finally give up this job, I may write a book about it all. Through the years with Prince Charming.
Listen, repulsive. You are tied to me with an umbilical cord made of piano wire. And now, we may dismiss the subject of my charm, for which, incidentally, I receive $1,500 per appearance. Perhaps we can get to work. Oh, no, we can't. sakes, what was that?
That was Mrs. Stanton's sister, Harriet. I've talked with her a few times. She's quite strange.
Strange. She's right out of the Hound of Baskervilles. You know, I've seen that face somewhere before.
Nonsense, you couldn't have.
Oh, well, let's get down to work. Here, press this in the doctor's book. I see no reason why it should endorse major form braziers.
Here's some telegrams.
What date is this?
December 10th.
Send a cable to Columbia Broadcasting. You can schedule my Christmas Eve broadcast from the New York studio, as I shall return east instead of proceeding west to Hollywood. Stop. A special New Year's Eve guest will have Satchmo Page, Winston Churchill, Coco Chanel, or with Haile Selassie on showway from England, Whiteside.
Are you sure you'll be out by Christmas, Sherry?
Of course I will. Send a cable to Mahatma Gandhi, Bombay, India. Cebu. Schedule change. You meet me, Calcutta, July 12th, dinner 8:30, Whiteside. Editor of the Atlantic Monthly. Dear Stinky, do not worry, coffee will arrive, Whiteside. Arturo Toscanini. Courtesy.
I'll find him.
I'm counting on you January 6th, Metropolitan Opera House, for my annual benefit for home and paroled convicts. As you know, this is a very worthy cause and close to my heart. Tibet, Redford, Martinelli, and Flagstaff have all promised me personally to appear. You have quiet dinner with me at Ethel Barrymore's afterwards. Whiteside. That's Mrs. Stanley. Tell her she's too drunk to talk.
Hello? What? Hollywood?
If it's gold, one, hang up.
Hello, Banjo.
Banjo, give me the phone.
Banjo, you old so-and-so, how are you?
Come on, give me the phone.
Shut up, Sherry. Are you coming east, Banjo? I miss you.
Stop that dribble and give me the phone.
Oh, he's going to live. In fact, he's screaming at me now. Here he is.
Hello, you old frog behind. How are you? What are you giving me for Christmas? I see. So tell me, what's the news in Hollywood? How's the new picture coming? How about Wacko and Sloppo? No, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Yes, I'm in very good hands. I have the best horse doctor in town. So, how about you? You playing any cribbage? Oh, I see. Well, don't take all the time. You leave a little bit for me. Your portrait painted by whom? Not really. Well, I've got to go now, Banjo. I can't waste my time talking to Hollywood riffraff such as yourself. It's loyal lessons for me. Goodbye. Banjo took $1,400 from Sam Goldwyn last night at cribbage. And afterwards, Sam said, Banjo, I'll never play garbage with you again.
What's all this about having his portrait painted?
Salvador Dali. I saw that face of his needs as a surrealist of painting. What do you want now, Miss Bedpan?
Get your coat. One every 25 minutes.
Dear God, what is that? Thank you very much. Now, where were we, Maggie?
Here's a cablegram from that dear, sweet friend of yours, Mr. Lorraine Sheldon.
Oh, let me see it.
Sherry, my poor sweet man. I met in Scotland on a shooting party with Lord and Lady Schneider, and only just heard of your poor, sweet hip. And down here in Surrey with Lord Rodney, sailing Wednesday on the Normandy, and cannot wait to see my poor, sweet Sherry. Your blossom girl, Lorraine. In the words of the master, I may vomit.
Don't be bitter, but just because Lorraine is more beautiful than you are.
Lorraine Sheldon is a very fair example of that small but vicious circle you move in.
Pure sex jealousy if I ever saw it. Now come on and give me the rest of those.
Lorraine Sheldon, Lord Rodman, my Aunt Fanny.
Ah, from Destiny's Pot.
Oh, the South Little Road Boy.
Dear baby friend, what is this I hear about a hip fraction in some bordello brawl? Does this mean our Hollywood Christmas party is off? Finish your new play in Tango Pango, and it's superb. Myself and ukulele, leave for Honolulu tomorrow, in that order. By the way, the son of Zanzibar wants to meet Ginger Rogers. Let's face it, Oscar Wilde.
He does travel, doesn't he? You know, if he doesn't work, travel around Beverly Carlton for a change.
Hollywood next week. Why couldn't you stop over on his way to New York? I sent him a cable. Beverly Carlton, Royal Hawaiian Hotel, Honolulu. These people that have their friends using the front door.
What would you have them use? A rope ladder?
I will not have a lot of mildewed pus bags rushing in and out of this house while I may try to conduct my business. Go away! Miss Gailey's been arrested for white slavery.
Good morning, Mr. Whiteside. I'm Jefferson of the Visalia Journal.
Get rid of him, Meg.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whiteside has seen no one.
Really?
So will you please excuse us? Good day.
Mr. Whiteside seems to be sitting up and taking notice.
I'm afraid he is not taking notice of the Visalia Journal. Do you mind?
You know, if I'm going to be insulted, I'd like it to be by Mr. Whiteside himself. I never really did like carbon copies.
Touche if ever I heard one. And in Visalia, too, Meg, you did.
Will you please leave?
How about an interview, Mr. Whiteside?
I never give them. Go away.
Mr. Whiteside, if I don't get this interview, I'll lose my job.
That'll be quite all right with me.
You didn't mean that, Mr. Whiteside. You used to be a newspaper man yourself. You know how editors can be. Well, mine's the toughest one that ever lived.
You won't get around me that way. If you don't like him, get off the paper.
Yes, but I happen to think it's a good paper. William Allen White could have got out of him for you, but he didn't.
You have the effrontery. In my presence, to compare yourself with William Allen White?
But only in the sense that White stayed in Emporia. And I want to stay here and say what I want to say.
Such as what?
Well, it's kind of hard to put into words, Mr. Whiteside. It did sound like an awful lot of hooey. But the Journal was my father's paper. It's a sentimental point with me, the paper. I just want to carry on where we left off.
So you own the paper, eh?
That's right.
So this terrifying editor, this dread journalistic apocalypse, is none other than you, yourself.
In a word, yes.
I see.
In the future, Sherry, let me know when you don't want to talk to people. I'll usher them right in.
Young man, come over here. I suppose you've written that novel.
No, I've written that play.
I see. Well, I don't want to read it. Do these old eyes see a box of goodies over there? Hand them to me, will you? Sure.
You see, the trouble is, Mr. Whiteside, that you being in this town comes under the heading of news. Practically the biggest news since the Depression. So I just got to get a story.
He can't butter nut fudge.
Oh, my, Mr. Whiteside, you mustn't eat candy. It's very bad for you.
My great Aunt Jennifer ate a whole box of candy every day of her life. She lived to be 103. And when she had been dead 3 days, she looked better than you do now. You were saying, old fellow, you're about to say...
Well, I can at least report to my readers that chivalry is not yet dead.
We won't discuss that. Now that you've won me with your pretty ways, what would you like to talk about?
Oh, well, how about a brief talk on famous murders? You're an expert on murder as a fine art.
My dear boy, when I discuss murder, I get paid for it. I made more money out of the Snyder Gray case than the lawyers did. You don't expect to get for nothing.
Well, okay. How about, what do you think of Visalia? How long are you going to be here? Where are you going from here? Things like that.
Very well. A, Visalia is a town of irresistible charm. B, I cannot wait to get out of it. And C, I'm heading from here to Crockfield for my semi-annual visit to the Crockfield Home for Parole Convicts, a benefit for which I've raised over $500,000 in the last 5 years. Have you ever been to Crockfield, Jefferson?
No, I haven't. I've always meant to.
You ought to go as a newspaper man, instead of wasting your time here with me. It's only about 75 miles from here. Have you ever been out with us, Dad?
No, I didn't.
Jefferson, sit down and make yourself comfortable. It is one of the most endearing stories of our generation. One misty St. Valentine's Eve, the year was 1901. A little old lady who had given her name to an era, Victoria, lay dying in Windsor Castle. Maud Adams, not yet called, every young artist swell as she tripped across the stage as Peter Pan. Irving Berlin had not yet written the first note of a ragtime rigadoon that was to set the nation's feet a tapping. And Elias P. Crockfield was just emerging from the state penitentiary. Destitute, embittered, cruel of heart, he wandered on the St. Valentine's Eve into a little church. But there was no godliness in his heart, no prayer upon his lips. In the faltering twilight, Elias P. Crockfield made his way towards the poor box. With callous fingers, he ripped open this poignant testimony of a simple people's faith. Greedily, he clutched a few pitiful coins inside. And then, the little girl's voice broke the twilight stillness.
Hey, Mr. Man.
Said a little girl's voice.
Won't you be my Valentine?
In that one single moment, Elias P. Crockfield opened the door in his otherwise sealed heart, and in his mind was born an idea. 25 years later, 3,000 ruddy-cheeked convicts were gambling on the broad lawns of Crockfield's home, frolicking in the cool depths of its swimming pool, broadcasting with their own symphony orchestra from their own radio station. Well, Elias P. Crockfield has long since gone to his maker, but the little girl of golden curls has grown up to lovely womanhood. She's known as the Angel of Crockfield, for she is the light of the warden. And in the main hall of Crockfield home, between an El Greco and a Rembrandt, there hangs, in a humble little frame, a simple Valentine.
And in the men's washroom, every Christmas Eve, the ghost of Elias P. Crockfield appears in one of the booths. Will you sign this, please?
This aging debutante, Mrs. Jefferson, I retain in my employ only because she is the sole supporter of her two-headed brother.
Oh, I understand. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Whiteside. You've been very kind. Hey, by the way, I'm a player of cribbage in case you need one while you're in town.
Fine, how much do you afford to lose?
I usually win.
We don't discuss that. Come back at 8:30 and we'll play three-hand with Elsie Dinsmore.
Sherry!
Mets! Met you incredible beetle, now what are you doing here?
I explained, Sherry. But first I kissed my little bag.
The enchanted Mets. Jefferson, you are standing in the presence of Professor Adolph Metz, the world's greatest living authority on insect life.
How do you do?
Well, Sherry,
Stop looking at me and ignoring me and tell me why you are here.
you are sick, Sherry, so I come to cheer you.
Jefferson, Metz once lived in a cave for 3 years with nothing but plant lice. He reads 3 pages in the Encyclopedia Britannica. Don't you mind little hookworm?
Please, Sherry, you embarrass me. Look, I have brought you a present for while I made the hour. Please. I said to my students, boys and girls, I wish to give a present to my sick friend, Sharon Whiteside. So you know what we did? We made for you a community of Terra Planeta Americana, commonly known as the American cockroach. Behold, Sherry, Roach City. Inside here, 10,000 cockroaches.
10,000? Sarah, what do you think?
And in 1 week, if all goes well, there will be 50,000 of them.
If all goes well, what can go wrong? They're in there, aren't they?
Quiet, please.
You can watch them, Sherry, if they live out there a whole lot. Look, here is their maternity hospital. They do everything that human beings do. It's fascinating.
Well,
Maggie, please, these are my cockroaches.
sorry.
Go ahead.
With these earphones, Jerry, you can listen to the mating call. There are microphones down inside. Listen.
Oh, how long has this been going on?
Aha! Terra Americana. There are cockroaches in this house.
Beg your pardon. Mr. Whiteside, I don't know who this man is, but I'm not going to stand here.
They go upstairs. These are probably my husband. Matt, you're staying for the day. Certainly. Jefferson, stay for lunch.
What?
Oh, good morning, gentlemen. Good night. Jefferson, here are the fruits of that humble Valentine. These men, now serving the final months of their prison term, have chosen to enter the ivy-covered walls of Crockfield. They have come here today to learn from me a little of the tradition. Gentlemen, I envy you. You have great invention. You're Michelson, aren't you? With the chopper?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I thought I recognized you. The last one, Jefferson, is Henderson, the hatchet thief. Always chopped open into a little salad bowl, remember?
Oh, yes. Lunch is ready, Mr. Whiteside.
Oh, good. Let's go right in.
Can I help you?
Oh, thank you very much. We're having chicken noodles tetrazzini and cherry juice for dessert. I was dreaming of William Russell, and I awake to find you.
Your medicine, Mr. Whiteside.
What time?
About 10:30.
Where's Miss Cutler?
She went out
Out?
with Mr. Jefferson.
All right if I turn up the lights, Mr. Whiteside?
Yes, go right ahead, John.
If there is something for you, Mr. Whiteside, made it special.
Oh, she has. Where is she? My souffle queen.
Here I am, Mr. Whiteside.
She walks in the beauty like the night, and in those deft hands there is the art of Michelangelo. Let me taste the new goodie.
I put a touch of that in the dough. Do you like it?
Ambrosia.
And I got you your terrapin Maryland for dinner.
Sarah, I have known but 3 great cooks in my time. The Khedive of Egypt has one, my great Aunt Jennifer the other, and the third, Sarah, is you.
Oh, Mr. Whiteside.
How would you like to come to New York and work for me? You and Johnny.
Why, Mr. Whiteside?
Sarah,
Why, it kind of takes my breath away.
it would be wonderful, Mr. Whiteside, but what would you say to Mr. and Mrs. Stanley?
Just goodbye.
But they'd be awfully mad, wouldn't they? They've been very kind to us.
Well, if they ever came to New York, we could have them over for dinner, if I'm not in town. Now you two run along and think about this, and remember, just our little secret, just between us. We put plenty of sherry in that terrapin.
Yes, Mr.
Miss Breen! Miss Breen!
Coming.
What have you
Yes, sir?
got there anyway?
Yes, sir.
Sailor?
I was just washing my pants, Mr. Whiteside.
What time you say Miss Cutler went out?
Oh, a couple hours ago?
Mr. Jefferson called for her?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go back to your sex life.
Dear Mr. Whiteside, may I show you a few mementos of the past? I feel like the way you would love them as I do.
I'd be delighted. Miss Stanley, haven't we met someplace before?
Oh, no, I would have remembered. It would have been one of my cherished memories, like these. Look, here I am with my first sweetheart under our lovely beechwood tree. I was 8, and he was 10. What happy times we had.
But I tell you, I'm going to.
Someone's coming. I'll come right here. Now, Ernest,
Be quiet, Daisy. Mr. Whiteside, I want to talk to you. I don't care if you're busy or not. I've stood all of them going to stand.
Indeed.
This is the last straw. I've just received a bill from the telephone company for $784. Oklahoma City, Calcutta, Hollywood, Australia, Rome, New York, New York, New York, New York. Now, I realize, Mr. Whiteside, that you are a distinguished man of letters.
Yes, of course.
Please, Daisy. But in the past week, we have not been able to call our souls our own. We have not had a meal in the dining room once. I have to tiptoe out of my house in the morning.
now, Ernest, please.
Oh, I come to find convicts sitting at our dinner table. The butcher shot murderers. A man put in cockroaches in my kitchen.
They just escaped,
That's not the
Ernest.
point. I go into my bathroom and bump into 22 Chinese stews that you invited here. I tell you, I won't stand for it, Mr. Whiteside, no matter who you are.
You quite finished.
No, I have not. I go down to my cellar this morning and trip over that octopus that Jacques Cousteau sent you. I tell you, I won't stand for it, Mr. Whiteside. I want you to leave this house as soon as you can and go to a hotel. Stop pawing me, Daisy. That's all I've got to say, Mr. Whiteside.
And quite enough, I should think, sir. May I remind you that I am not a willing guest in this house. I am informed by my doctor that I must remain here for another 10 days, after which time I should get out of here so quickly that the wind will blow you over. I hope. If you force me to leave before that time, however, therefore causing me to suffer a relapse, well, I shall have to sue you for each additional day that I am held inactive, which will amount, I assure you, to quite a tight sum.
This is outrageous. Outrageous!
As for the details of your petty complaints, those 22 Chinese students came directly from the White House, where I assure you they used a bathroom there as well.
Mr. Whiteside, my husband didn't mean to
Yes, I did. I meant every word of it.
There's only one point you make in which I see some slight justice. I do not expect you to pay for my telephone calls, and I shall see to it that restitution is made. Can you provide me with the exact amount?
I certainly can, and I certainly will.
Good. I shall instruct my lawyers to deduct it from the $150,000 that I'm suing for.
Oh, now, Ernest, Ernest.
And I'll let you have to over that octopus that runs along and chancing a few.
Decided for Mr. Whiteside to get here.
Hello, operator? Yes, take me to the Stallion Journal, please. Hello, Journal. Is Mr. Jefferson in? Well, when do you expect him? No message. Hey, you two, come over here. Come on, I'm not going to fight. Now, I've been observing you two for the past week, and you seem to me to be extremely likable young people. I'm afraid that when we first met, I was definitely unpleasant to you, and for that I am sorry. But I would appreciate it if you would not treat me like something out of Edgar Allan Poe in the future. Do you like my new tie?
Well, thank you, Mr. Whiteside. This does make things much pleasanter, and I think it's very pretty.
Now that we're on speaking terms, Mr. Whiteside, I don't mind telling you I've been admiring all of your ties.
Well, do you like this one?
I certainly do.
It's yours.
Oh, thank you.
Really, this curious legend that I'm a difficult person is pure fabrication. Ice skating, eh? Ah, me. I used to cut figure eights myself, arm in arm with Betsy Ross, waving the flag behind us.
The ice was wonderful today, and Miss Keller and Mr. Jefferson were there too.
Man, ice skating.
Yes, and she's good too. I got a marvelous picture of her.
Was she still there when you left?
I think so.
Yes, she was.
Mr. Whiteside, would you mind if I got a picture of you? I'd love to have one.
No, not at all. You like my profile?
I'm afraid you're done for, Mr. Whiteside. My brother's a camera fiend.
Thanks, Mr. Whiteside. I think you got a great one.
Come on, Miss Keller.
Hello.
Hello there. Good evening, Sherry. Really, Sherry, you have this room looking like an old parakeet. Did you nap those out? What's the matter, dear? Can't run away with your tongue?
Don't look at me with those great cow Where did you read all that? Allocating around with Bert Jefferson?
Sherry, Bert read his play to me this afternoon. It's superb. It isn't just that play written by a newspaperman. It's superb. It just cries out for Cornell. Will you send it to us, Sherry, and will you read it tonight?
No, I'll not read it tonight, or any other time. And while we're on the subject of Mr. Jefferson, why don't you ask him to pay his salary, since he takes up all your time?
Oh, come now, Sherry. It isn't as bad as that.
It is, my dear. I haven't even been able to reach you, not knowing what haylofts you frequent.
Stop behaving like a spoiled child, Sherry.
Don't take that patronizing tone with me, you Cleopatra. I'm sick and tired of you running out like some lovesick high school girl every time my back is turned.
Well, I'm afraid you hit the nail right on the head, Sherry.
Stop acting like a Zazu Pitts and explain yourself.
I'll make it quick, Sherry. I'm in love.
No nonsense. This is merely delayed puberty.
No, I'm afraid this is it. You're going to lose a very excellent secretary.
You are out of your mind.
Yes, I am a little. But a girl has waited a long time for this to happen. And now it has. Mr. Jefferson doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to try my darndest to marry him.
That all?
Yes? Well, except this is what might be called my resignation, as soon as you found someone else.
Now listen, Maggie, we've been together a very long time. You are indispensable to me. I think that I am unselfish enough, where your happiness is concerned, not to let that stand in the way. Because whether you know it or not, I am very fond of you, Maggie.
I know that, Sherry.
Well, that being the case, I will not stand by and allow you to make a fool out of yourself.
I'm not, Sherry.
You are, my dear. You're behaving like some blue tarkies in heroin. It's incredible. I can't believe that a girl who for the past 10 years has had the greats of the world served up to her on a platter. I can't believe it's anything but some kind of temporary insanity when she's swept off her feet in 7 days by some small town second-rate newspaper man.
I cannot explain to you what's happened, Sherry. I can only tell you that it's so. It's hard for me to believe myself. Here I am, a hard-bitten old cynic, behaving like a true story magazine and liking it. Discovering the moon and ice skating. I keep laughing to myself all the time, but there it is. What can I do about it, Sherry? I'm in love.
That's it. We're leaving here tomorrow. Him or no him, we are leaving here tomorrow. Get a train schedule and start packing your bags. I'll drag you out of this, Miss Stardust. I'll get the ants out of those movement
It's
pants.
no good, Sherry. It's no good. I'll be back on the next streamlined train.
It's completely unbelievable. Can you see yourself, the wife of the editor of the Massalia Journal, having an evening at home for Mr. and Mrs. Stanley, Mr. and Mrs. Poopface, in the Book of the Month Club?
I've had 10 years with great people of our time, and don't think I'm not grateful to you for them. They've been wonderful years, Sherry. Gay and stimulating. I don't think anyone's ever had the fun that we've had, but there comes a time in a girl's life when she wants Bert Jefferson. You don't know Bert, Sherry. He's gentle, and he's unassuming. Well, I love him, that's all.
I see. Well, I remain completely unconvinced. You're drugging yourself into this young prophet fantasy, and before you become completely anesthetized, I shall do everything in my power to drag you out.
Now you listen to me, Whiteside. I know you. Lay off. I know what a devil you can be. I've seen you do it to other people, but don't you dare do it to me. Don't drug yourself onto the idea that all you're thinking of is your happiness, of my happiness, because you're thinking of yourself a little bit too, and all the months of breaking in somebody new. I've seen you in a passion before when your life's been disrupted, and you couldn't dine in Calcutta on July 12th with Boo-Boo. Well, that's too bad, but there it is. I'm gonna marry Bert if you'll have me, so don't you dare try any of your tricks. I'm onto every one of them. So lay off. That's my message to you, big Lord Fauntleroy.
Hello, operator? Yes, I'd like to put in a transatlantic call. Yes, I'd like to speak with Miss Lorraine Shelley. She sailed from Southampton the day before yesterday. Yeah, up in Normandy. Yes, I'll wait. How long as I can take? All right, the name is Whiteside.
Good evening, John. Good evening, Doctor. Well, well, good evening, Mr. Whiteside.
Doctor, you come back to me. I'm very busy.
Now, what could be the best possible news that I could bring you?
You have hydrophobia.
No, no, Mr. Whiteside. You are a well man. You can get up and walk now. You can leave here tomorrow.
What are you talking about?
Well, I looked at those x-rays again this afternoon. And you know what? I've been looking at the wrong x-rays. I've been looking at Smith's x-rays. You are perfectly, absolutely well.
For your voice, will you?
What's the matter, aren't you pleased?
Delighted, naturally. This is a very unexpected bit of news, however. It's a very curious time. Doctor, I have some very good news for you, too. I've been reading a book, 40 years...
An Ohio doctor? Yes!
Yes. I consider it extremely close to being one of the great literary contributions of our time.
Mr. Whiteside!
Yeah, so strongly do I feel about the book, Doctor, that I have a proposition to make you. Just here and there, the book is a little uneven, a little rough. So what I'd like to do is stay here and decide and work with you on it.
Mr. Whiteside, I'd be very honored.
Yes, but you see, there is just one slight problem, however. You see, if my lecture bureau and my radio sponsors were to learn that I am well, they would insist on my fulfilling my contract, therefore forcing me to leave Visalia. So we must not tell anyone that I am well, not anyone at all.
No, I won't. Not a soul. Not even my wife.
That's fine, Doctor. That's fine.
Mr. Whiteside, when do we begin work on my book? I just have one patient that's dying, and that'll be perfectly free.
Tomorrow morning, Doctor. Will you excuse me, please? It's a private phone call.
Tomorrow morning it is. Good night. You made me very proud, Mr. Whiteside. Very proud to work with you.
Yes,
Good night.
yes, I know. Very proud. Yes.
Yes, this is Whiteside. Put her right through. Hello, is this my Blossom girl? Hello, Lorraine, how are you? Yes, I'm fine. Tell me, when do you arrive in New York? Tuesday? That's fine. Listen, my dear, I have some splendid news for you. I've discovered a wonderful play with an enchanting partner for you. Cornell will give her ID to the play, but I think I can get it for you. No, now listen. The author is a young newspaper man here in town. Of course, he wants Cornell to play the part, but I think if you got out here right away, you can play your card right, that you can swing it. Isn't that wonderful, my dear? No, don't thank me. Listen, he's young and very attractive. Just your dish. It takes just a little bit of doing, you're the girl that can do it. Isn't that wonderful, my dear? Listen, don't send any cablegrams. Just get out here fast. Okay? Okay. Goodbye, my Blossom. And hurry. Have a nice trip.
Hello, Miss Green. God, you're looking radiant this evening.
I'm sorry for what I said before. I'm afraid I was a little unjust.
That's all right, Maggie. We all lose our tempers now and then.
I promised Bert to go to dinner and then to a movie, but we'll come back and play cribbage with you instead.
Oh, fine.
So I'll see you soon, Sherry dear.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I's just a little rabbit in the sunshine.
How did you see what's there?
I don't want to write that up in that top.
Well, darling, Christmas is Mr. Whiteside's personal property. He invented it, and it belongs to him. First thing tomorrow morning, Mr. Whiteside will open each and every present, and they'll be the goddamnest fuss you ever saw. My, look who we got presents from. Shirley Temple, Ted Williams, Billie Holiday, Somerset Maugham. My, you can't wait for tomorrow. Mr. Whiteside's tree is so beautiful, too. Mr. and Mrs. Stanley have to put theirs in their bedroom, you know. They can hardly live past at night.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, Mr. Jefferson. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Maggie. Merry Christmas, Sarah.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Jefferson.
Say, business is good, isn't it? My, with a little flashing on the weekly radio, I can get. What did the sponsors get?
They gave a full year's supply of their product, free of much.
Well, I'll get right back to them in the air.
Wait until you hear tonight's broadcast, Othello. It's so sticky, I haven't been able to get it off my finger since I copied it.
I'll bet. Look, I'll come clean. Under the influence of God knows what, I just bought you a Christmas present.
Why, Mr. Jefferson, sir?
Only I'd like you to come down and take a look at it before I throw away my hard-earned money. Can you come downtown and take a look at it?
What is it? I can't wait.
A 2-year subscription to Pick, Click, and Look and Listen. Say, do you think I'm going to tell you? Come down and see.
All right. Sherry, I'm going out for a little while. Horace Greeley, I won't be long.
Noel, Mr. W. How about a game of cribbage after your broadcast tonight?
No, I will not play with you in Klondike Alley. Where did you say you were off to now, Madam Butterfly?
I'm being given a Christmas present. Anything you want done downtown?
Yes, bring baby a lollipop. Jefferson, what do you give me for Christmas? I have enriched a feeble life beyond your capacity to repay me.
That's what I figured, so I'm not giving you anything.
See. Well, I was going to give you my old trust, but now I shan't. Maggie, what time did you say those radio tracks were coming?
About 6:30. I'll be here. You've got to cut. You're 4 minutes over. Oh, by the way, there's a cable over there from Beverly Carlton. He doesn't know what train he can get out of Chicago, but he'll be here sometime this evening.
Well, good. Is he staying overnight?
No, he has to get right out again. The Queen Mary is sailing Friday.
Do you think I could peek in the window and get a look? Beverly Carlton used to be one of my heroes.
Used to be, you eat steak tack. Beverly Carlton is the single greatest talent in American theater today. Now, get this illiterate numbskull out of my sight. Do not bring him back.
Yes, sir, Mr. Whiteside. I won't come back until Beverly Carlton gets here.
But where are we going? I want to know anything about it. I feel like it's 10 year old kid.
You know, you look like you know more about that, Matthew.
Operator? Yes, give me the mansion number. No, I don't know the number. Hello, mansion house. Yes, is Miss Lorraine Sheldon arrived yet? That's right, Sheldon, from New York. She hasn't, eh?
What do you want coming into a room like that? Why don't you knock before you come into a room?
I wasn't coming in, Mr. Whiteside. I was coming out.
Miss Green, you are in this room, and that is obviously true, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but...
Therefore you came in. Hereafter, please knock.
There was some express in here with a crate, Mr. Whiteside. I told him to come out in the front.
Thank you, John. Don't just stand there. You look like a frozen custard, Miss Green. Go away.
Here, careful there. Don't scrape the wall. Why, it's some kind of animal.
I'll see you, Daniel. We had to feed him at 7 o'clock this morning.
Who's it from, John?
Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Say.
Bring it over here. Oh, why, they're penguins. 2, 3, 4 penguins. Hello, my pretties.
Directions for feeding are right on top, sir. 2 of those slats are loose.
To be fed only whale blubber, eels, and cracked lobster.
Well, they got Coca-Cola this morning, and I liked it.
Hello, hello, hello. You know they make the most entrancing companion, John. I want them to take you right in the library with me. Go ahead, put them right in there.
Yes, sir.
You better tell Sarah to order a couple of dozen cracked lobsters.
Yes, sir.
I don't suppose there's any whale blubber in this town.
Good evening!
There is.
The door was open, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Doctor. You don't happen to know if eels are in season, do you?
How's that?
Never mind, I was a fool to ask you.
Mr. Whiteside. Loosen those slats along, Mr. Whiteside. They seem so crowded in there.
Thank you, John. Doctor, I'm sorry you happen to drop in now. I have to do my yoga exercise.
But Mr. Whiteside, it's been a week now. You know my book? We're going to start working on my book. I was hoping that's Nate. Hello, Miss Green.
Good evening, Doctor. Perhaps I'm not Pablo, but I was just in that room just now. And then I saw a penguin with a thermometer in his mouth.
What's that? Have these penguins gotten out of their crates?
Penguins? Did you say penguins?
Yes, Doctor. You please go in the library and round them up for me. There are 4 of them. And put them back in their crates.
Capture the penguins, yeah.
And Miss Green, will you please go in and entertain the penguins until I got there?
Yes, sir.
The Christmas tree in the bed just on Mr. Stanley. He's got a big bump on his forehead.
Why isn't that too bad?
Hello, Mr. Whiteside.
Hello, Dickie, my boy. Go ahead, Doctor. Go on.
Mr. Whiteside, we have some time later?
I don't know, Doctor. I'm busy now.
Well, suppose I wait a little while. I'll just wait a little while.
Dr. Bradley is the greatest living argument for mercy killing. Now, what can I do for you for this evening, Richard? Would you like a candy camera shot of my left nostril?
No, I'm all stocked up the nose, but would you have a minute to take a look at some new pictures I've taken?
I certainly have. Well, these are splendid, Richard. There's real artistry in them. They're as good as anything I've seen by Myra Burke White.
Say, I didn't know they were as good as that. I just like to take pictures, that's all.
Richard, I've been needing to talk to you about these. You're not just a kid fooling with a camera anymore. These are good. This is what you want to do. You want to get out of here and do some of the things you were telling me about. Just get on a boat and get off wherever it stops. Galveston, Singapore, Mexico, work your way through, taking pictures. Millions of them. Wonderful pictures, horrible pictures, everything.
Say, wouldn't I love to though? If I could do that, I'd be the happiest guy in the world. It's what I've been dreaming of for years.
Well, why don't you then? Oh, your age, I do it like a shot.
You know why.
Dad, Richard, do you really want to do this more than anything else in the world?
I certainly do.
Then do it.
Hello, Richard. Good afternoon, Miss Whiteside.
Hello, June.
Hello, Jim, my lovely. So I'm afraid it's up to you, Richard.
I guess you're right, Mr. Whiteside. I'd like to thank you very much. You've been swell, and I'll never forget you for it.
Right on, Richard.
June, you going upstairs afterwards?
In a few minutes.
Well, knock on my door. Would you like to talk to me?
Yes, I will. Mr. Whiteside?
June, my lamb, you were too young to know about the elbow, weren't you? completely fascinating. I have about 5 favorite murders, and the Elwell case is one of them. Would you like to hear about it?
Well, Mr. Whiteside, I really want to talk to you for a few minutes. Do you mind?
No, not at all. I take it this is all about your young Lothario at the factory.
Yes. I just can't seem to make Father understand. It's like talking to a dead wall. He won't meet him, he won't even talk about it. What are we going to do, Mr. Whiteside? Sandy and I are in love, and I just don't know where to turn.
My dear girl, I would like to meet this young man of yours. See him for myself.
You would, Mr. Whiteside? He's in the kitchen now.
Oh, good. Bring him right in.
Mr. Whiteside, he's a very sensitive boy. You will be nice to him, won't you?
God damn it, June. When will you learn that I have always time to serve you? Bring this idiot in. How do you do, young man? I've been hearing an awful lot about you for this past week. It seems if I've been correctly informed, you two babes in the woods have quietly gone out of your mind.
There's another name for it. It's called love.
I see. Well, you've come to the right place. Dr. Sheridan Whiteside. Broken hearts mended, brakes realigned, and a hamburger. Go right ahead.
Well, if June has told you anything at all, Mr. Whiteside, you know the jam with it. You see, I work for the labor union, Mr. Whiteside. I'm an organizer. I've been organizing the men of Mr. Stanley's factory. Mr. Stanley's pretty sore about it.
I'll bet.
Did June tell you that?
Yeah, she did.
Well, that being the case, Mr. Whiteside, I don't think I have the right to try to influence June at all. If she marries me, it means a definite break with the family. And I don't like to bring that about. The trouble is, Mr. Stanley's so stubborn about it, so arbitrary. You know, this is not something I've done just to spite me. We fell in love with each other. And Mr. Stanley behaves as though they were all a big plot. John L. Lewis sent me here just to marry his daughter.
He's trying to find Sandy twice. Right out of the factory. But he couldn't on account of the wagon accident. Thank God.
Yes, he thinks I wrote that too.
If he'd only let me talk to him. If he'd only let Sandy talk to him.
Well, we've gone over all that. Anyways, this morning I got word I'm leaving Chicago. And I may have to go into Frisco today. So you see the jam with me.
Sandy's leaving tonight, Mr. Whiteside. And he'll probably be gone a year. He simply has to decide now.
You, my lamb, this is absurdly simple. Now, with my jaundiced eye, excuse me 1 second, please. Hello? Yes, this is Whiteside. Put them through. Excuse me, please. This is a transatlantic call. Yes, I'm through. Who's calling? Put them right through. It's Walt Disney from home. Hello, Walt. How's my little dash of genius? Glad to hear it. How did you find me? I was hoping you would. Yes, I'm listening. Right now. Oh, okay, I'll wait. Yes, I'm listening. It sounds just like Stan. June. Listen. Thank you, old man, and a very Merry Christmas to you. So tell me, what's the news in Hollywood? Who's in line to turn this way? Well, I've got to go now. And don't worry about Fantasia. Beethoven hasn't written a hit in years. Bye. You know what that was you heard on telephone, Jude? That was the voice of Donald Duck.
Not really.
Mr. Disney calls me every Christmas, no matter where I am, so that I can hear it. 2 years ago, I was on the bottom of the ocean in a diving suit with Jacques Cousteau, and he got me. Oh, yes. Jude, I like this young man of yours. I've never been wrong. That's why I wanted to meet him. My feelings are that you two will be very happy together. No matter what his beliefs are, he's entitled to them, and you should not let anything stand in your way. As I see, it's no problem at all. Stripped of the externals, what does it come down to? Your father. The possibility of making him unhappy. Is that correct?
Very unhappy.
It's not the point. Suppose your parents are unhappy. It's good for them. It builds their character. Look at me. I left home at the age of 4 and haven't been back since. They hear me on the radio, and that's enough for them.
Thank you. Your advice is to go ahead with it, Mr. Whiteside?
It is. Marry him tonight, June.
You mean that, Mr. Whiteside?
No, I mean you should marry Hamilton Fish. If I didn't mean it, I wouldn't say it. What do you want me to do? Say it all over again?
Come on, ladies.
My own opinion is, June, that you're not worthy of that young man.
Forgive us for trespassing, Mr. Whiteside.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Mary. Oh, would you like to come along with June? Your father and I are taking some presents over to Dexter.
No, Mother. I have to go write some letters.
Hold on, Daisy.
have an accident?
No, Mr. Whiteside, I'm taking boxing lessons.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Whiteside.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Miss Stanley.
I've been trying all day to see you. See if you did.
Oh, why, Miss Stanley, it's a Christmas present for me.
Oh, it's only a trifle, but I wanted you to have it. It's a picture of me as I used to be. It was taken on Christmas Eve many years ago. Don't open it till the stroke of midnight, will you? Goodbye, Mr. Whiteside. Goodbye.
Bye, Miss Stanley. Thank you.
It's handwriting, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I've got to see Mr. Whiteside. Will you please tell me Sheldon is here?
Rain, my blossom girl.
Sherry, my sweet. Oh, darling, look at that poor, sweet, tortured face. Let me kiss it. How dry you are, my darling. I want to cry.
You made a very nice entrance, dear. Now relax.
But Sherry, I've been so worried. And now seeing you here, in this chair,
This chair fits my fanny as nothing else ever has. I feel better than I have in here. And my only concern is new to the outside world. So take off skunk, sit down, and tell me everything. How was your trip, my dear? Wonderful?
Sherry, I'm so relieved. You look perfectly wonderful. I never saw you look better. My dear, do I look a wreck? I just dashed to New York, didn't do a thing about Christmas. Had Carnegie and had my hair done. And the Normandy coming back was simply hectic. Fun, you know, but simply exhausting. Carrie, Bogart, Humphrey Grant, all these people. I mean, I simply never got to bed at all. Darling, I have so much to tell you, I have no idea where to start.
Start with the dirt first, dear. That's what I want to hear.
Rita Hayes was thrown right out of zero. It was the night before I left. She was wearing one of those new cellophane dresses, and you could absolutely see Trafalgar Square. And Sir Harry Montross, the painter, you know, is suing his mother for disorderly conduct. It's just shocked everyone. And oh yes, before I forget, Anthony Eden said he is going to be on your New Year's broadcast. And Big Priscilla gave me a message for you. She says you lose 25 pounds right away and send them to her by postal post because she needs them.
Well, I'll pack them a nice. Now come now, dear. Tell me about you. Tell me about your love life. I don't believe for a moment that you never got to bed at all, if you'll pardon the expression.
Sherry, dear, you're dreadful.
What about that splendid bit of English mutton Lord Bottom? Haven't you hooked him yet?
Sherry, Cedric is a very dear friend.
Oh, come now, dear. This is Sherry I'm talking to. Don't try to pull the bedclothes over my eyes. Don't try to tell me that you wouldn't like to be Lady Bottom with 100,000 pounds a year and 12 castles. By the way, has he had his teeth fixed yet? Every time I order blue cheese, I think of those teeth.
Sherry, please. Cedric may not be brilliant, but he's rather sweet, poor lamb, and he's very fond of me. And he does represent a kind of English way of living that I like. Surrey and London for the season, shooting box in Scotland, that Haverhill castle in Wales. You were there, Sherry. You know what I mean.
I do indeed.
Sherry, why not? If I can marry Cedric, I don't see why I shouldn't. Shall I tell you something, Sherry? I think, from something he said right before I left, that he's finally coming around to it. Nothing definite, mind you, but don't be surprised if I am Lady Bottomley before very long.
Lady Bottomley. Won't Kansas City be surprised? However, I shall be a flower girl and give the groom an iron toothpick as a wedding present. Now come ahead, my dear. Let's have some more of this skullduggery.
Well, let me see what I can do.
Whiteside! No, not now, doctor.
What's that, man?
He's fixing the plumbing. Now come ahead.
Sherry, what about this play? I flew all the way from London on Christmas Eve even, just to hear about this play. I've been so excited ever since your phone call. Where is it? When can I read it?
Well, here's the situation, Lily. The author is a young newspaper man here in town. He gave me the play with the understanding that I would give it to Kit Cornell. It was a wonderful part, and God knows I feel disloyal to Kit.
Sherry?
Anyway, there you are. I've done this much, the rest is up to you. Just how you go about persuading him, I'm sure you know more about than I do.
Darling, how can I ever thank you? Does he know I'm coming? Mr. Jefferson, I mean?
No, you're just out here spending Christmas with me. You'll meet him, and that's that. Get him to take you out to dinner, and then work around to the play. Good God, I don't need to tell you how to do those things. How'd you get all those other parts?
Sherry? Well, I'll just rush back to the hotel and find something more attractive. I just dumped my bag and rushed right over here. Darling, you're so wonderful.
All right. Now, go back and get on some working clothes, and then come back here and spend Christmas Eve with Sherry, and I'll have Mr. Jefferson on tap. Oh, by the way, who do you think's paying me a flying visit tonight? None other than your old friend, up better notices than you do.
Don't be silly, Sherry. I never read the notices. I just simply wouldn't care to act with him again is all. He's not staying here, is he?
Temper, temper, temper. No, he's not. That diamond clip's a bit of blue, isn't it? Put it over here.
Sherry, haven't you seen this before? Cedric gave it to me for his mother's birthday. She was simply furious. Now look, darling, I've got the taxi waiting outside. If I'm going to get back here in time for dinner.
Sherry, what do you think? I just given the most beautiful.
Oh, hello, Maggie, dear. I knew you must be around here somewhere. How are you?
Same has been at work, my pet. Lorraine just dropped in out of the blue and paid us a Christmas visit.
Hello, Lorraine.
Oh, Bert, come in here. Lorraine, Mr. Bert Jefferson, young newspaper man. Miss Lorraine Sheldon.
How do you do, Miss Sheldon?
How are you, dear? I didn't quite catch the name. Jefferson?
That's right, pet.
Why, Mr. Jefferson? You don't look like a newspaper man. You don't look like a newspaper man at all.
Really? I thought it was written all over me in neon lights.
Oh, no. I should have said you were, I don't know, an aviator or an explorer or something. They have that same kind of dash about them. I'm so enchanted by your charming town, Mr. Jefferson. Have you lived here all your life?
Practically. If you wish to hear the story of Mr. Jefferson's life, kindly do so in your own time. Maggie and I have work to do.
She is the world's greatest man. Do you need a ride, Mr. Jefferson? I have a taxi waiting right outside. You can get a ride with me if you like.
No, thank you. I've got my car. Suppose I drop you.
Would you? That'd be lovely. You can send the taxi on its way. We can go. See you in a little while, Sherry. Bye, Maggie.
Goodbye, Maggie. I'm invited back for dinner, am I not?
Yes, of course. I always feed the needy at Christmas. Now, please stop oozing those. Get them.
Come on, Mr. Jefferson. I want to learn a great deal more about your town. And a great deal more about you.
Now, Maggie, where did you say a copy of that broadcast was? How much you say they wanted out? 4 minutes?
That's right. 4 minutes. She's looking very well, isn't she?
What's that? Who?
The Countess D. Pushover? Quite surprised it was. For dropping in.
Yes, quite surprised. Now, come on, Maggie, get to work.
Why, she must have gone through New York like a dose of salt. How long is she going to stay?
Well, I don't know, a couple of days. Within this joyous season, in the heart of men.
Isn't it curious? There was Lorraine, nuggets above in somebody's bed on the dorm week.
Ere the Yuletide season pass.
Now, sure, dear, we will talk of it.
Listen, Maggie, just because a dear friend of mine happens to come out to spend Christmas with me. I have a feeling that's Beverly. Maggie, go run and see if it is. Run.
Magpie!
Beverly!
A large, moist, incestuous kiss from my magpie.
Beverly, come in here and gaze upon a soul.
So tell me how you are, Sherry dear. We're none of your tiresome details. I have a little time so the conversation shall be entirely about me, and I shall love. Shall I tell you how I glittered through the South Seas like a silver scimitar? Would you rather hear how I frolicked through their leisure, raping the Major General's daughter, and finishing a 3-act play at the same time? Madflower, in the moonflower of my middle age, and I love you very much. Say something, tender to me.
Beverly, darling.
That's my girl. Now, Sherry, dear, without going in a mountainous wave of self-pity, how are you?
Fine, presumptuous redneck. Now tell me, how was your trip? Wonderful?
Fabulous, and a fantastic amount of work. By the way, did I catch a glimpse of that little boudoir butterfly, a Sheldon in a motor car as they came up the driveway?
You did indeed. She's paying us the Christmas visit.
Dear girl, they do say she set her mother on fire. But Sherry, my evil one. Not only have I written the finest comedy since Moliere, but the best reviews since my last one, and operetta at Frights made so good. I shall play it for 8 weeks in London and 6 in New York. Then I'm off to the Grecian Islands. Magpie, won't you come along? Desert this cannonball fluff and come with me.
Beverly, dear, be careful. You're catching me at a very good moment.
Beverly, how was Hollywood? How long were you there?
3 unbelievable days. I saw everyone from Adrian to Zan. It came 4 years as Pastrana. I was insufferably charming and ruthlessly firm, refusing $7 million, 2 minutes worth.
What about banjo? Did you see my wonderful banjo in Hollywood?
I did. He gave a dinner for me. I arrived in white tie and tails to be met at the door by 2 bewigged butlers, who quietly proceeded to take my trousers off. I was then ushered in my lemon silk drawers into a room full of Aldous Huxley, Claude Colbert, and Norma Shearer, among others. Dear, sweet, incomparable banjo.
I'll never forget that summer at Antives when Banjo slipped the microphone in Lorraine's mattress and then played the record the next day at lunch.
Yeah, I remember indeed. Lorraine left Antives the next boat.
I wish Banjo were here now.
Oh, what's the matter, Magpie? Is Lorraine being her own sweet, sick-making self?
Beverly, dear, you would take me to the Grecian Islands with me, would you, Beverly, just for me?
Now, Lorraine is a charming person with gallantly given up her own Christmas to spend it with me.
Oh, I knew I had a big for all of us to nibble on.
Whiteside!
Come on now, Doctor, I'm busy.
Kidnap someone, Jerry?
Yes, that was Charlie Ross. Now, come ahead, introduce me.
Juicy as a pomegranate. It's the latest from London on the winter maneuvers of Miss Lorraine Jones on the left flanks, in fact, all flanks towards Central Park. Listen, Lorraine has just left us in a cloud of Chanel No. 5. Since September, in her relentless pursuit of his lordship, she has paused only to change girdles and check her oil. She has chased him panting from castle to castle, till he finally took refuge for several weekends in the gentleman's laboratory of the House of Lords. Practically no one is betting on the Derby this year. We're all making book Lorraine. She is sailing tomorrow into Normandy, but will return on the Atlantic clippers, bombing so much Miss Belches in her direction. Have you ever met Lord Bottomley?
No, I haven't.
Not very good suited to ballastic. Oh, this is six quarters wrong, but the Duke of Sutherland. Ha!
What brought me to his very bottom?
Wrecking the bit in the house, the overbase, the 3 hours, the rock there at the end of it. Ha!
Make it up, Beverly. No one sounds like that.
So good as uncanny. Why don't you never be able to stay long, Beverly? I never see enough of you, ungrateful moppet.
Oh, Sherry, I can only tell you that my love for you is so great that I changed train to Chicago, spent 10 minutes with you, and wish you a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, my lad, my little magpie. Oh, I have just enough time for one magnificent number to give you a taste how brilliant it all really is. It's the second number for my new review.
Damn it. Get rid of it, Meg.
Hello? Oh, hello, Bert. Well, hold on a minute. Beverly, we'll just speak to the newspaper man for just 2 minutes. I kind of promised him.
I won't have time, magpie. Let's on the couch.
Oh. Bert, hold on a minute. Beverly, would you see him at the station just before the train goes? Bert, go to the station and wait for Beverly there. He'll be there in a few minutes. Goodbye.
Stalls are impatient, Beverly. Let's have this second-rate masterpiece.
It's called What Am I to Do? Often at night, though, I think I might fall down from a perilous height. Deep in the heart of me, always a part of me, quivering, shivering light. Run, little lady, eagerly shady shafts of time, barbing with your winged desire, singe you with the sultry fire. Softly a fluid druid meets me, olden and golden, the dawn that greets me. Cherishing so perishing the stars I climb. What am I to do towards ending this madness, this sadness that's rendering me through? The flowers of yesteryear are haunting me, taunting me, darling, wanting you. What am I to do towards ending this madness? What am I to do? What not am I to do?
Wonderful, Beverly.
Beverly, that was superb. It's the best thing you've ever written.
Please let me say that.
It's wonderful, Beverly, wonderful. I'll come right in, Muscat.
Well, the airways there. I shan't have to hear you, thank God. I should be on the train.
Westcott, will you please go in that room? John, please plug in. Come on, Whiteside, say goodbye.
That's all this nonsense.
Well, wash her. Merry Christmas.
Beverly, my lamb. Meg, I want to talk to Beverly.
Is Beverly in London on July 12th?
I will not be wet when I live from like a baby and have to have his diapers changed.
Yes, Magpie.
Beverly, I want 1 minute. I must have it. You'll make the train the station's a minute and a half from here.
Why, what's the matter, Magpie?
Go away!
I'm just waiting in the kitchen.
Is that man?
I'm in great trouble.
What's the matter?
I've fallen in love.
No.
I can't tell you about it. There isn't time. But Sherry's doing everything he can to break it up. In his own fiendish way, he's doing everything he can to break it up.
What's he doing?
Lorraine, he's got Lorraine to
I shall do it up brown.
Darling, the first baby will be named Beverly. You're wonderful.
Of course I am. Come to choose like for your honeymoon. I shall put you up. Goodbye, my lovely. I adore you. Mercy, let me out of here. Shall I straighten up the room for the broadcast, Miss Keller?
No, John, it isn't television. Thank God they only hear the liquid voice.
He's really wonderful, isn't he, Mr. Whiteside? I think he finds time to do.
Yes, John, he certainly finds time to stick his nose into everything. Are the girls out there, Miss Butler? Yes, they are, Miss Weston. Okay, thank you.
Why, Miss June, are you going away?
No, John. Mr. Whiteside's in there, isn't it?
Yes, he's getting ready to go on the radio.
Oh, look, John, did you go in?
Where's he, in the library?
Yes, he's right, visit.
Oh, well, maybe we ought to go. Come on.
Thank you, John. Oh dear, fish said.
Inside working. He's broadcasting very soon.
Oh yes, Christmas Eve. What a wonderful man Sheridan Whiteside is. You know, my dear, it must be such an honor to be secretary to someone like Sheridan.
Yes, you meet such interesting people. That's quite a downgrade. Going anywhere?
It is? Oh no, I just threw on anything at all. Are you dressing for dinner, Maggie?
No, just what meets the eye.
Who does your hair, Maggie?
A little French woman named Maggie Cutler comes in every morning.
You know, every time I see you, I keep thinking your hair could be so lovely. I've always wanted to get my hands on it.
And I've always wanted to get mine on yours, Louise.
What, dear? By the way, what time does Beverly get here? I'm not over anxious to see him again.
He's been and gone, honey.
Really? Well, I'm very glad. Of course, you're great friends, aren't you? You and Beverly.
Yes, we are. I think he's a wonderful person.
I suppose he is, but really, when I finished acting with him, I was a perfect wreck. All during that tender love scene that the critics thought was so magnificent, he kept dropping peanut shells down my dress. I wouldn't act again with him if I was starving.
Tell me, Lorraine, have you found a new play yet?
No, no, I haven't. There was a pile of manuscripts waiting for me in New York. But I hurried right out here to be with Sheridan.
Yes, it was wonderful of you, Lorraine, to drop everything that way and to rush to Sherry's wheelchair.
Well, after all, Maggie, dear, what else is one getting through besides Freddie?
Yes, that's what I always say. Everything okay?
Yes, thank you. How long was Sheridan in there?
Not long. Did you know that Mr. Jefferson has written quite a good play? The young man that drove you to the hotel?
No, no, I didn't. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, isn't it?
Thanks for the polish on my nails. I simply loathe. I don't suppose Elizabeth Arden has a branch in this town?
Not if she has any sense.
Oh, well. I'll just bear it, although it does depress me. Maggie, have you read this book? Everyone was reading it on the boat coming over. I hear you simply can't put it down.
I put it down right there. Hello? What? Yes. Yes, Miss Lorraine Sheldon. Yes, she's here. There's a transatlantic call coming through, Lorraine.
Transatlantic? For me? Here? What in the world?
It's London.
London? Hello? Hello, Cedric. Is this you? Why, Cedric, you darling. What a surprise. Hi. Cedric, don't talk so fast and you won't stutter so. Yes, that's much better. Now I can hear you very clearly. It's a sudden picture. Darling, would you mind holding for just one moment, please? Maggie, do you mind? It's Lord Bottom, a very personal call. Do you mind?
Oh, not at all.
Yes, my dear, it's my son. What? Oh, my darling! My sweet! You don't know how I pray for this. Every night on the boat coming over. Darling, yes, 1,000 times yes. I'll catch the next plane out of here and take the next boat over. Darling, I'll be thinking of you every moment. Don't stutter so. And I love you, my darling. Oh, so much. Darling, you've made me the happiest girl in the world. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye. Sherry! Sherry! Sherry, the most wonderful thing in the world has just happened. David just called from London. He's asking me to marry him.
What?
Sherry, think of it. At last, I have to catch the next plane out of here.
May I come in?
Maggie, I have to catch the next plane out of here. Do you know what it is?
another squeals, Lorraine. You're about to toss your entire career into the ash can?
You're right at all, Sherry. I might not be able to play again this season, but you'll be other seasons, dear.
I see. And everything goes into the ash can with it, is that right?
Sherry, you can't expect
Don't explain, Lorraine. I understand only too well. And I also understand why Cornell remains the first actress of our theater.
According to his timetable, everything works out wonderfully. It takes about an hour to get to Cleveland, the plane leaves at 10:03. Why, it all works out wonderfully, doesn't it, Sherry?
Peachy.
Maggie, what's the number of that hotel I'm staying at? I have to call and get my maid started packing right away.
Miss Sally at 32. Miss Sally at 32, please.
I leave Friday, I should leave Monday by Wednesday. Hello? Nancy home? Yes, this is Miss Sheldon. That's right. Will you please connect me to my maid?
Oh, this is wonderful, Sherry. It's snowing. Oh, I've never felt more like Christmas in my life. Don't you, Sherry dear?
Shut your nasty little face.
Okay, listen very carefully. Leaving here tonight by plane and sailing Friday on the Queen Mary. I need you to start packing right away because I'll be there in about an hour to pick you up. Okay? I also need you to send some telegrams for me. So all the addresses are in my little book. That's right. That's my dressing table. Okay? The first one goes to Lord and Lady Canal. Lord and Lady Canal. My darling. Returning Friday, Queen Mary. Cedric and I be married immediately upon arrival. Wanted you to be first to know, love, Lorraine. No. What? Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you very much. I'll send the same message to Lady Astor and Lloyd Weaverbook and my mother in Kansas City. I'll also need one to go to Hattie Carnegie Studio. And please meet me noon tomorrow with guests for Bridal Gospel So, love, Lorraine Sheldon. And another one goes to Monsieur Louis Cartier London. Will you please hold me reserved for me the triple gin of pearls and picked out in October. They will meet Queen Mary, love, Lorraine. Have you got all that, dear? That's very good. Now start packing right away because I'll be there in about an hour, okay? Bye. Thank goodness for Cassette. I die without her. She's the world's most wonderful nurse. Well, life really is full of surprises. Who would have thought an hour ago I'd be going back to London?
An hour ago? No, I certainly wouldn't have thought it an hour ago.
Please both stop this female drooling. I have a violent headache.
Oh, Sherry dear, can I get you something?
Look here, Sherry. I'm sorry if I offended you, but after all, my life is my own and I can
Hello,
do...
everybody. Say, do you know it's snowing out? We're going to have a real old-fashioned Christmas.
Why don't you telephone your scoop to the New York Times?
Why, certainly. I'm sorry you have to leave, Miss Sheldon. No bad news, I hope.
Oh, on the contrary, very good news. Wonderful news.
Yes, indeed. Calls for a drink, I think. Sherry, you're not being a very good host. How about a bottle of champagne?
Oh, I can do better than that. Let me fix a Jefferson special, all right, Mr. Whiteside?
Yes, mix anything. Only stop this drooling.
Has anybody admired my Christmas present yet, Maggie?
Oh, dear, I forgot. Look, everybody. Mr. Jefferson to me.
Let me see. My Maggie, charming bracelet, and it's inscribed too. To Maggie, long may she wave, love Bart. Isn't that sweet, Sherry?
See there? I told you it was beautiful.
Goes to show you what you get if you save your coupons.
What's going on between you two anyhow? Maggie, are you hiding something from us?
Dear God, will this drivel never end? My head bursts.
Oh, a Jefferson special will cure anything, Mr. Whiteside. And by the way, I got a 2-minute interview with Beverly Carlton. You were right, he sure is something.
Go ahead, Bert. Mix those drinks.
I was lucky to get even 2 minutes. He was in a telephone booth most of the time.
Mix those drinks, will you, Bert?
You didn't understand what he was saying. He kept talking, making the damnedest faces. From the looks of it, it looked like a scene from one of his plays.
For goodness sakes, Bert.
Just a minute, Mr. Jefferson. Beverly Carlton was at a telephone booth at the station.
That's right. I didn't think he'd come out. He kept talking, making the damnedest faces for about 5 minutes.
Bert, my boy, I have an idea. I shall love the Jefferson special. Mix me a double. My headache is gone with the wind.
Okay. I need some ice.
Harry Mason is now at work. Hello, operator. Yes, can you do me a favor, please? Could you please tell me if there has been a telephone call from England over this telephone for the past 3 hours? Yes, I will.
Sherry, what are you doing?
Shh. What's that? There have been no calls from England for the past 3 days. Yes, would you please repeat that?
My boss.
Thank you, My dear girl, you have just played the greatest love scene of your career with your old friend and co-star, Beverly Carlton.
That's not true because I was talking to Stephen. What do you mean?
I mean that was Beverly who poured out your girlish heart to, not Lord Barton. I mean, who'd have thought 5 minutes ago you'd not be going to London?
Sherry, I want this explained.
Explain? You want the operator yourself. All that I can say is that Beverly was indulging in one of his famous bits of mimicry. And you've heard him do Lord Barton before, haven't you?
Yes, of course I have, but why would you want to call me up and pretend? Oh my God, those cables. Give me the hotel. No, I don't know the name, just give me the hotel. Who the hell do you think it is? Michelle, of course. I'll pay him back for this if it's the last thing I ever... Why the jerk? Why? Cosette, did you send those cables? Oh my God. Now listen carefully, Cosette. I need you to send another cable to every single one of those people and to tell them that someone's been using my name and to disregard anything and everything they hear from you. Except for this, of course. What? Don't ask questions. Don't argue with me, you goddamn French bitch. Just do as you're told. And that's packed. We're not going.
Now, steady, my boss. Take it easy.
What do you mean, steady? Take it easy. Don't you realize I'll be the laughing stock of England? Don't you realize I won't dare show my face again? I always knew Beverly Carlton was low, but not this low. Why did he do it? I don't understand. To you, Maggie? To you, Sherry? You both saw him this afternoon. Why would he come here, leave here, go straight to a phone booth and try to ship me over to England on a fool's errand? It doesn't make sense. There has to be a reason. There has to be. There just has to be a reason because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. Why did Beverly Carlton and anyone else know? Oh, I think I begin to Of course that's it. And to think that I merely, well, that's a very charming bracelet that Mr. Jefferson gave you, isn't it, Maggie dear? Wild horses couldn't do anything out of him now, Maggie. And if I were you, I'd hold on to that bracelet because it'll be something to remember him by.
All right, so I plan almost time. We're off, girls, start testing.
How much time do we have?
Couple of minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How are we coming in, New York? ABCD. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Testing.
Please, Daisy.
Mary had a little lamb waiting.
Here comes the Jefferson special. Oh, have we time?
I'm sure we have, Mr. Jefferson. My plans have changed. I'm not leaving after all.
Oh, that's good.
And I hear you've written a simply marvelous play, Mr. Jefferson. Will you read it to me? Tonight. We can go back to the mansion house after dinner.
Why, I'd say so. I'd be delighted. Maggie, did you hear that? I bet you were behind this the whole time. Oh, the best Christmas present you could have given me. Thank you. Maggie!
30 seconds, waiting.
Mr. Whiteside, my son has run off on a freighter and my daughter's marrying an anarchist. They said you told them to do it. Whiteside, don't be
This is Whiteside speaking on the eve of ease.
Yes, sir.
You disappear too all the time. I hate nausea.
Mr. Whiteside, I can only be in one place at one time.
That's very fortunate for this community.
Good morning, Mr. Whiteside.
Good morning, John.
Are you ready to do breakfast now, Mr. Whiteside?
No, I don't want to eat breakfast. Is this color in her room, you know?
Yes, sir, she is. Shall I call her?
No, thank you, John. That's all right.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking a 1 o'clock train, Sherry. I'm leaving. Here are your keys, your driving license. The keys to the safe deposit vault in the apartment in New York. I'm going to go in here now and clear things up.
Just a moment, Miss Siddons. Where were you until 3 o'clock this morning? I waited up half the night in the station where I'd been worrying about you. You heard me calling you when you came in. Why didn't you answer me?
Look, Sherry, it's over, and you've won. I don't want to talk about it.
When you trying to do? Make me feel like a naughty, naughty boy? Honestly, man, sometimes you can be very annoying.
You know, Sherry, you're quite wonderful in a way. You're annoyed. I wish there was a laugh left in you. Shall I tell you something, Sherry? I think you are a selfish, petty, egomaniac who would see his mother burned at the stake if that was the only way you could light his cigarette. I think you'd sacrifice your best friend without a moment's hesitation if he or she so much as disturbed the sacred routine of your self-centered, paltry little life. I think you are incapable of any human emotion that goes higher up in your stomach, and I was the fool of the world for ever thinking I could trust you.
Well, as long as I live, I shall never do anyone a good turn again. And I won't ask you to apologize, Maggie, because I know in 6 months from now you'll be thanking me instead of berating me.
In 6 months, Sherry, I expect to
Hello,
so far
hello.
with you.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I know I'm a little hot, but I can explain everything. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Mr. Whiteside. Shake hands with a successful playwright. Maggie, why did you run away last night? Miss Sheldon thinks the play is wonderful. I read the play, and she thinks it's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, that's fine.
Isn't that wonderful, Mr. Whiteside?
Look, Bert, I suggest you come back tomorrow and tell all about this then.
What? No. Biggest day of my life. I know I'm a little drunk, but it's a big day. Listen, Maggie. Miss Sheldon thinks the play needs a little bit of fixing. We'll do it in 3 weeks. She's got a place up in Lake Placid. She's going to take me there. We'll do it just in 3 weeks. We're going to work on the play together. Isn't that wonderful? Maggie, why don't you say something?
Bert, look, why don't you come back tomorrow and...
Oh, excuse me. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
God bless us all in Tiny Tim.
Mr. Whiteside, I thought perhaps if I came
You know what,
very
Dr.
early.
Brad? I'm going to Lake Placid 3 weeks. You know the famous actress, Lorraine Sheldon? I'm going to Lake Placid with her 3 weeks. Isn't that wonderful?
Doctor, I believe Mrs. Jefferson would like a little black coffee and some breakfast. Will you take care of him for me, please?
Yes, yes, of course.
You know what, Doc? I'm going to buy you the biggest breakfast you ever had.
Yes, yes, Jefferson.
You know what, Doctor? Let's buy down some chickens. I have a few friends who don't believe in Santa Claus. Let's buy down a chicken right now.
Now, man, listen, I'm going to forgive your tardy outburst and talk all about this conflict.
Sherry, why did you do it? Why did you do it? Merry Christmas, Mr. Whiteside.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Miss Stanley.
Oh, I shouldn't have seen talking to you. My brother is terribly angry. I just couldn't resist. Did you like my Christmas present?
I'm sorry, Miss Stanley. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't opened any of my presents yet.
Here, well, right over here. Want to open it now?
Why, Miss Stanley, I appreciate you thinking of me. This is very, very thoughtful of you.
Nothing.
Oh, why, this is lovely. I'm very fond of these old photographs.
I was 22 when that was taken. That was my favorite dress. Oh, dear. What was the day? Oh, yes. Oh, I shall be late for church. Goodbye, Mr. Whiteside. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mrs. Stanley. What is there about that woman?
Sarah's got a little surprise for you, Mr. Whiteside. She's just taking it out of the oven.
Thank you, John. Miss Breen! Miss Breen!
Yes, sir?
Get the door, will you? John has gone upstairs.
Ready?
Yes.
That's my nurse, you mental delinquent.
Mr. Whiteside!
You come to my room in half an hour. Bring some handcuffs.
Well, hello, Whiteside. I didn't say Christmas with you. Give me a kiss.
Get away from me, you reform school. What are you doing here anyway? How'd you get here?
I borrowed the reindeer from Santa Claus, of course. Actually, we finished shooting the picture yesterday. I'm on my way to Nova Scotia. We'll be here in about 12 hours. But I brought this wonderful Christmas present for you. This brazier was one point in my Maryland row.
Listen, you idiot. How long can you stay?
Oh, I don't know. Well, long enough to take a bath, I guess. Here's Maggie.
Banjo, I'm glad that you arrived when you did. I'm very annoyed at Maggie. Very.
What's the matter? Say, I thought you couldn't even walk.
I've been all right for weeks. That's not the point. I'm furious at Meg. She's turned on me like a viper. You know how fond I am of her. Well, she's repaid my affection after all these years like I behaved like a fishwife.
What are you talking about?
I never believed for a moment that she really loves him.
In love with you. I just got here, remember?
Great God, I'm telling you, you Hollywood nitwit, a young newspaper man here in town.
Maggie finally fell out. What kind of guy?
Shut up and listen, will you?
Go on, what happened?
Well, Lorraine Sheldon happened to come out here to spend Christmas with me.
Old hot pants here?
Now listen, this young fellow, he's written a play. Well, Lorraine, you can guess the rest. She's taking him away this afternoon to rewrite the play. Maggie's in there now, crying her eyes out.
Poor kid. What can we do? Anything I can do to make it better?
No, Banjo, no. We don't need any phony warrants or you pretending to be J. Edgar Hoover. I've been through all that with you before. I got Lorraine out here, and I've got to get her away.
Well, it's gotta be good. Lorraine's no idiot. There must be something we can do to get her out here like that on him. Say, what about that guy in England? Ah, Lord, yeah. Barnum. Yeah,
No,
Barnum.
Banjo, no.
No, you don't catch on. So we can set the cablegram for like Barnum.
Yeah, I catch on, Banjo. Lorraine caught on, too. It's already been tried.
Well, I told you she's no idiot. Looks like we've got a tough proposition on your hands this time.
The trouble is, there's so damn little time. Lorraine's taking him away this afternoon. Out of my chair, you idiot. The trouble is, I've done this job all too well. Damn it, there must be some way out. Stop, huh? In the words of one of our greatest lyric poets, Banjo, you said it.
Well, I'm kind of hungry. But don't worry, we'll think of something. I'll get Lorraine Sheldon out of here. Have to do one piece at a time.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Whiteside.
Well, Merry Christmas, Sarah.
Excuse me. I've got something for you. But Mr. Whiteside, it was for you.
Oh, that's all right, Sarah. He's quite mad.
That's what you stop. You shall dance. You shall dance.
Oh, he's giving away the breakfast, Sarah. He's on. Hey, just what does this mean?
It means, Mr. Whiteside, that I'm leaving. My address is on the desk inside. You can send me a check.
You realize, Miss Breen, this is completely unprofessional.
I do indeed. I'm not only walking along in this case, Mr. Whiteside, I'm leaving the nursing profession. I became a nurse because all my life, ever since I was a little girl, I was filled with the idea of serving a suffering humanity. After 1 month with you, Mr. Whiteside, I'm going to work in a munitions factory. From now on, anything I can do to help exterminate the human race will fill me with the greatest of pleasure. Florence Nightingale, if ever nursed you, Mr. Whiteside, she would have married Jack the Ripper instead of founding the Red Cross. Good day.
Sailing through a June, brought June back. I saw them pull up outside. Thank goodness you brought my June back. Oh, June, it's you. Oh, tell me, you're not married, are you?
No, Mother, and please don't be hysterical.
Oh, June, if there's anyone but that awful boy. Well, thank goodness your father stopped it. Oh, how did you do it, Ernest?
Never mind that, Daisy. Just take June upstairs. I have something to say to our little friend, Mr. Whiteside.
Oh, well, what about Richard? Is there any news?
All under control, Daisy. Just take June upstairs.
Father, haven't we had enough of this melodrama? I don't need to be taken upstairs. I'll go upstairs. Merry Christmas, Mr. Whiteside. It looks pretty bad for John L. Lewis. Come on, Mother. Lock me in my room.
June, I know you can see that.
I am pleased to inform you, sir, that your plans for my daughter seem to have gone a trifle awry. She is not, nor will she ever be married to that labor agitator that you so kindly picked out for her. And as for my son, he's been apprehended in Toledo and will be brought home within the hour. Not having your gift for invective, sir, I cannot tell you what I think of your obnoxious interference in my affairs. But I can assure you, you will interfere no longer. Come in, gentlemen. Mr. Whiteside, these gentlemen are deputy sheriffs. They have a warrant by which I am able to put you out of this house. And I need hardly add that will be the greatest moment of my life. Mr. Whiteside, I'm giving you 15 minutes just to pack up and get out. If you're not gone in 15 minutes, Mr. Whiteside, these gentlemen will forcibly eject you. Thank you, gentlemen. Could you please wait outside? 15 minutes, Mr. Whiteside. That means baggage, wheelchair, penguins, octopus, and cockroaches. Now, I'm going upstairs to smash our radio so that not even accidentally will I ever hear your voice again.
I'm sure you know my autograph, old fellow.
15 minutes, Mr. Whiteside. 15 minutes. Say, she can cook. Although I didn't get any idea. Any news from the front?
Yes, the enemy is at my rear and nibbling.
Where did you say Maggie was?
No use, Banjo. Taking a 1 o'clock train out. She's leaving.
Well, you didn't tell me that. 1 o'clock. What are you gonna do?
I don't know, Banjo. That's not the point. The point is I have exactly 15 minutes when she come up with a plan.
15 minutes? What are you talking about?
Exactly 15 minutes. Baby's rosy little bottom is being tossed out in the snow. My host has sworn out a warrant. I'm being kicked out.
What? Why would you do a thing like that for?
That's not the point. I have exactly 15 minutes to come up with a plan, Banjo. And that's where you're growing a bit desperate.
What about laying your cards on the table, Lorraine?
Banjo, you don't dream girl as well as I do. What do you think?
You're right.
Banjo, do me a favor. Will you go in and talk to Maggie? I need to think.
But if I knew what Lorraine was, I could get a card and run her over. It wouldn't even hurt her.
Banjo, please, I've got to think.
Hello, is this the YMCA?
Is this your father? Oh, you
I didn't get very far. Any suggestions?
No, Richard, I'm sorry. I wish I were in a position to help.
Well, you're not in position. Thank you very much, officer. Here's a little something for your trouble. Would you go upstairs, please, Richard? 10 minutes, Mr. Whiteside.
I brought you some orange juice, Mr. Whiteside. Feeling any better?
Superb, John. Any cyanide in this orange juice? I'll get the door, will you? That's probably some marketing gas from an old friend.
Say, your crazy fellow made a great with Sarah. He wants to get a screen test.
Merry Christmas, darling. Merry Christmas. I've come to have Christmas breakfast with you, my dear. May I?
Oh, of course, my sprite. John, a tray for Miss Sheldon. Better make it 1-minute eggs.
Darling, it is the most beautiful Christmas morning out. The snow is absolutely glistening. Too bad you can't get out.
I'll probably see a bit of it. Tell me, Lorraine, I hear you're off Lake Placid.
How did you know, Sherry? It's first year?
We rolled in a little while ago. Worked rather fast, didn't you?
Darling, I was simply swept off my feet by the play. It's fantastically good. It's the kind of part that only comes along once in 10 years. Darling, how can I ever thank you? You know, sometimes I think you're the only friend I have left in the whole wide world.
Thank you, my dear. Now, what time did you say you were leaving? You and Jefferson?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's 4 o'clock. You know, quite apart from anything else, Sherry dear, Bert is really a very attractive young man. It makes things rather a pleasure getting even with little Miss Vitriol. Sherry, everything's worked out so beautifully. So beautifully, in fact, that I want to give you the most beautiful Christmas present you've ever had in your life. What is it? Anything. I'm so deliriously happy that... That sounds like Banjo. Is he here?
He is indeed, my dear. Just the family circle gathering at Christmas.
Hey, sweetie pants!
Just fine, Banjo. And yourself?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Hey, how's that acting business going?
Very funny, Banjo. You know, it's too bad that your movies aren't half as funny as you seem to think you are.
I mean, this is sort of looking at pink. Anything in the wind, Whiteside?
Not a glimmer.
What time's that boat sail?
10 minutes.
What boat is this?
A good ship up the creek.
I listened to everything except the New Year's Eve broadcast. Wasn't there a schedule on that?
Yes, I think it's over there someplace.
Thank you.
New Year's Eve? Oh, Bert and I have said that in Lake Placid. You've been to my cottage up there before, haven't you, Sherry? It's beautiful. No one around for miles and nothing but clear, cold nights. That's probably Bert now. I told him to meet me here. I'm rather looking forward to Lake Placid. Bert's the kind of man who do all the support beautifully.
Yeah, yes, the time.
Whiteside? Yes, sir. UPS. All right. Now, careful, right in here.
Sherry, what is all this?
Careful there. What do you want this put? Right there. It's for you, Mr. Whiteside.
Whiteside, including that.
Sherry, who was that man?
He announces the time every 2 minutes. He a small sum.
Sherry, what's the matter with you? You're not very crispy this morning. You're usually bubbling over on Christmas morning. Is anything wrong? Who sent this to you, Sherry? Is he with Egypt?
Oh, excuse me. I see you're still busy. Pardon me, I'm waiting here. I've written a new chapter on the left testicle.
Is that the plumber again? Sherry, this is so beautiful. I have to go to Egypt someday. I really must. The first night I went to Pompeii, I cried all night. All those people, all those lives, I haven't made any of it now. Just this, and nothing more. A span of 4,000 years. A mere atom in the eternity of time. And here am I, another woman living out her life. And this woman was once filled with the same passion, fears, jealousy, and hate. But I mustn't talk like this.
Lorraine, dear, have you ever played St. Joan?
No, dear, I haven't. What makes you ask?
There was something about your expression as you stood in that case. There was an absolute halo about you.
Sherry, that's so sweet.
It transcended any mortal expression I've ever seen. Please do it again.
Sherry, stop passion me.
My dear girl, I do not make light of these subjects. I was deeply moved. There was a strange beauty about you, Lorraine, pure and convincing. Please do it again.
Well, I don't know exactly what it was I did. Sherry, I can't do it now because I feel too silly.
My dear girl, in that one single moment you reached the epitome of your career, and you should not be ashamed of it. You asked me just a few minutes ago what I wanted for Christmas. All that I want, Lorraine, dear, is a memory of you in that mummy case.
Darling, I'm all choked up. Dust to dust.
Take it easy. I'll let her out soon as we get to the airport. How are we going to get this thing out of here?
One thing at a time, Danger, one thing at a time.
Think fast, Captain. Think fast.
This is everything. I'm leaving in 3 hours. What's in this basket?
Nothing, Maggie, nothing at all.
Do you want these letters? What about this picture?
No, throw everything. Wait a minute, give me that picture.
I've done everything except to put all your broadcasts in order. Do you want me to do that?
Yes, do it right away. Please, Maggie, right away. It's very important.
I'll see you before I go, Grandma.
I got it. What? I knew I'd seen this face somewhere before. Now I know how to get this out of here.
What face? How?
Time's up, Mr. Whiteside. 15 minutes.
Ah, yes, Mr. Stanley. 15 minutes. But just one small favor before I go. Will you please call on those 2 gentlemen outside? Have them escort this young man down to the airport with this mummy case.
I'll do nothing of the kind.
Oh, I believe you will, sir. Or else I shall inform my radio audience on my next broadcast that your sister, Miss Harriet Stanley, is none other than the famous Harriet Sedley, who murdered her mother and father with an axe 25 years ago in Gloucester, Massachusetts. Come now, Mrs. Stanley, it's a very small favor to ask. Or would you have the good folk of Miss Sally repeating on your very doorstep that once popular little jingle? Harriet Sedley took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. And when the job was nicely done, she gave her father 41. Come now, Mrs. Stanley. Remember, I too am giving up something. It would make a hell of a broadcast. Well,
Mr. Whiteside, you are the damnedest person I've ever met.
you're a little late in finding that out.
Whiteside, you're a great man.
Gentlemen, will you come in here, please? Mr. Stanley would like you to escort this gentleman down to the airport with that money case he sent it to a friend in Nova Scotia.
Select.
Right, Mr. Stanley?
Yes. Yes.
Handle it carefully, boys. Major, my love, I love you, and I shall someday write a book about you.
Well, don't bother. I can't read. Don't drop that page, please, boys. Harris and Antique.
Sherry, was that?
It was indeed, my dear. Just a little Christmas present for you.
Sherry, you old bird.
No, just send me a necktie sometime. My hat and coat, dear. I'm off to New York.
Mr. Whiteside, I want to apologize. Sam!
Don't give it a second thought, Bart. I suppose I should tell you the truth, however. Miss Lorraine Sheldon is Goodbye. You never know the trouble you can cause. Mr. Stanley, I hope to hear in the near future that your son has been permitted to follow his own bent and that your daughter is permitted to marry your young man. Or else.